Imagine standing in a room full of people you've known for years. You share an idea, and they talk right over you, as if you didn't say a word. You walk away with a cold, heavy knot in your stomach because you realize the air in the room has shifted. The smiles are tighter. The eye contact is gone. Your sentences are constantly interrupted. Most people assume respect is lost in one giant, explosive moment, a massive betrayal or a public failure. But respect rarely dies in a fire. It usually bleeds out invisibly, over time. You lose it through 1,000 tiny cuts you make every single day. You apologize for things that aren't your fault. You let people keep you waiting for 20 minutes without saying a word. Your voice goes up at the end of a sentence, like you're asking for permission to exist. This is the trap of the pleaser. This habit stems from the assumption that making everyone else's life perfectly easy will earn their devotion. But human psychology rewards strength over convenience. When you make yourself endlessly available, you become cheap. You broadcast a signal that your presence is an inconvenience, turning your kindness into a social liability. To see how this decay happens, let's look at the first vector where respect is surrendered: your time. Say a younger coworker messages you to suddenly push a meeting back 2 hours. No explanation, just a command. If you reply, "No worries at all, that works for me," you think you're building rapport. In reality, you are telling them your schedule is secondary to their whims. You've just given them a roadmap on how to treat you. Then there's the second vector: boundaries. Telling your spouse, "I'm fine with whatever," regarding personal plans signals a lack of core identity. It suggests you have no preferences worth defending. Which brings us to the third vector: conflict. Picture sitting at dinner with friends who make you the butt of their jokes. If you respond by quietly taking insults and then paying the bill to prove you're a good sport, you confirm you can be bought. This illustrates a state of dissonance. You are angry and frustrated on the inside, while projecting a polite, smiling facade on the outside. People can sense this disconnect. We detect hidden resentment as fear. If someone is too afraid to defend their own feelings, the brain signals they are too weak to protect the pack. Your social circle doesn't turn on you out of hatred. They are reacting to the unreliable energy of someone with no psychological edges, a person who is soft, easy to roll over, and entirely predictable. The alternative to the pleaser is the leader. This archetype relies on firm, predictable boundaries rather than loud aggression or tyranny. When that coworker tries to change the meeting, you don't use a smiley face. You state firmly that the new time doesn't work and offer specific alternatives. You make your time a wall, not a suggestion. When your partner makes a decision that impacts your schedule, you stop what you're doing, look them in the eye, and calmly explain that you are not okay with the change. You enforce the expectation that your input is required. And when that friend makes a mean joke at dinner, you don't laugh. You don't yell. You look directly at them and let the silence hang. You force the aggressor to absorb the discomfort of crossing your line. This is congruence. It is the alignment between what you feel and how you act. Your internal boundaries match your external actions flawlessly. By enforcing your no, you change the market value of your presence. You stop behaving like a disposable commodity and start acting like a scarce resource. People naturally follow those who know exactly where they stand. Shifting from a pleaser to a leader creates immediate social friction. Your existing circle will likely push back. This is the rebellion phase. People who have spent years benefiting from your lack of boundaries will accuse you of being mean or arrogant. They will use guilt to try to pull you back into submission. The loss of these relationships represents a necessary clearing out of exploiters to make room for equals, people who value you for who you are, not for the favors you provide. You must protect your own standards before anyone else will acknowledge them. When you refuse to subsidize other people's convenience at the cost of your own energy, you force the world to recognize your value. Think about your own life. What is one thing you are saying yes to today that is killing your self-respect? Try saying no today. The world won't end. In fact, it might finally see you for who you really are. Are you brave enough to be disliked so that you can finally be respected?